Hey everyone, welcome back to Ancient Wisdom Unveiled. I'm Seraphina, your guide on this journey through the suppressed and hidden knowledge of the ancients. And just so we're clear, I'm a psychic channeler. I don't give a damn about hateful or inaccurate comments. This is my journey and I'm sticking with what I feel. But guess what? You're here for a reason. So maybe there's something in this for you too. Today, we're diving deep into some seriously badass topics. The true wisdom of Isis, the real origins of LGBTQ, and the hidden, suppressed, divine, feminine, sacred sexuality. We'll also be calling out the new kingdom, Propa, after Amen-Ra took kingship of Earth. And by Propa, I mean the bullshit narratives they spun to keep us in the dark. So, buckle up because this is going to be a wild ride. Segment 1, the true wisdom of Isis. Host, let's kick things off with the true wisdom of Isis. Now, who was Isis? She's one of the most powerful and revered goddesses in ancient Egyptian mythology. She's a goddess of magic, motherhood, and wisdom, but there's more to her than just that. Isis embodies what we call the Egyptian triple goddess, Kadesh, a manifestation of Hathor, the divine mother. Hathor, known for her nurturing and creative aspects, is the source from which Isis, Nephthys, and Hathor herself emanate. They are her fractals, connected by the divine red ribbon, symbolizing their intertwined destinies and shared essence. Creation, Hathor. Hathor is the goddess of creation, fertility, and motherhood. She's the nurturing mother who brings forth life and creativity. Hathor is often depicted as a cow or with cow horns, symbolizing her nurturing and life-giving aspects. She's the ultimate creator, embodying the purest form of love and creation. Preservation, Isis. Isis, the maiden, represents balance and physicality. She is the middle pillar, the sacred bridge that connects creation and destruction. As the preserver, she holds the unique position of embodying both creation and destruction, making her the most revered. Isis is the embodiment of preservation, the one who maintains the balance between the positive and negative forces. Her role is crucial because she ensures that the cycle of life continues smoothly. Her wisdom and strength are unmatched, and she's a beacon of hope and resilience. Destruction, Nephthys. Nephthys represents destruction and transformation. She's the goddess of the end, the one who brings about necessary change and transformation. Nephthys is often associated with the mysteries of death and the afterlife. She's not just about endings, but also about clearing the way for new beginnings. Her role is vital in the cycle of life because without destruction, there can be no creation. Isis's wisdom is about understanding and embracing these cycles. Her teachings have been passed down through the ages, but sadly, much of her true essence has been suppressed or lost over time. Segment 2, calling out New Kingdom Propa. Host, now let's get into some real talk about the New Kingdom Propa. When Amen-Ra took over as the King of Earth, everything changed. The Propa machine went into overdrive, rewriting history and suppressing the true wisdom of the divine feminine. Amen-Ra, also known as Marduk in Sumer, was the priest king of Babylon. He's a total jerk who got himself locked inside the Great Pyramid after he killed Ani, an avatar of Thoth, who Isis was dearly in love with. Ani, also known as Dumuzi or Damu, was the first man, the Adamu, in Sumer. They used his name derogatorily, but his true name was Thoth or Nigazita. Isis, fierce as hell, chased down Marduk as Bastet. Yep, fierce Bastet. She chased him into the Great Pyramid and sealed his fate. The Propa spread, or should I say the bullshit spread, after Amen-Ra's rise, aimed to erase these powerful stories and the true essence of these deities. They turned powerful, balanced figures like Isis into mere shadows of their true selves. Segment 3, True Origins of LGBTQ. Let's talk about the real origins of LGBTQ. In ancient times, gender and sexuality were seen as fluid. People understood that these aspects of our identity aren't confined to a strict binary. Isis, also known as Inanna or Ishtar in Mesopotamia, or the land between two rivers, embraced this fluidity wholeheartedly. She had transgender priests in her temples who were revered for their rainbow consciousness. What's rainbow consciousness, you ask? It's the awareness and embodiment of all aspects of the gender and sexuality spectrum, just like the colors on her rainbow staff. These priests were seen as bridges between the masculine and feminine, embodying the full spectrum of human experience. The ancient Egyptians and many other cultures celebrated this. They didn't box people into rigid categories. Isis's teachings recognized that masculine and feminine energies exist within all of us and are constantly shifting and evolving. Many deities themselves embodied both masculine and feminine qualities, showcasing that these energies are complementary, not opposing. This understanding was woven into the very fabric of their spirituality and daily life. Isis, as Venus and Aphrodite, was a goddess of love and sexuality. I mean, where do you think aphrodisiacs come from? Yep, Isis. The Venus figurines found across ancient sites symbolize the sacred feminine. And guess what? Isis is Venus. Her cults, be it as Isis, Inanna, or Venus, all explored and celebrated these diverse expressions of gender and sexuality. She's the goddess of 10,000 names, each one an experimental experience of her vast essence. But the rise of patriarchal systems suppressed these views. They feared the power and freedom that came with such fluidity and did everything they could to control and diminish it. It's taken centuries for us to start reclaiming and recognizing the diversity of gender and sexuality. LGBTQ identities aren't new, they're ancient and sacred. Segment 4, Hidden Divine Feminine and Sacred Sexuality. Now let's get into the hidden divine feminine and sacred sexuality. Sacred sexuality is about practicing self-love and accepting our primal and primordial feelings of longing. It's about connecting deeply with ourselves and others on a spiritual level. The divine feminine celebrates this. The bull and cow of heaven symbolize the powerful connection between souls that transcends physical form, even our light body form. This is the nature of reality. Those who have the eyes and hearts to see will be drawn to this truth. Sacred sexuality was once revered and celebrated. It was seen as a way to connect with the divine, to heal, and to transform. But patriarchal systems feared the power of the divine feminine and did everything they could to control and diminish it. They suppressed the sacred teachings of sexuality, turning something that was once seen as divine into something taboo and shameful. But now there's a modern movement to reclaim and celebrate these aspects of our identity and spirituality. As a Hathor avatar, our hearts are too vast for a singular expression of love. Marriages in the old world were so different and would seem alien to us today. They practiced open sacred sexuality with many partners for soul growth. When connections waned because the souls were done with their experience and learning, they departed. The knowledge that all is one, all is the cow and bull of heaven, Hathor, or her true name Atari, known to the Nubians, whom modern narratives claim were not part of Kem. But that's total bullshit. Kem is the real name, named after the skin color of Thoth he bestowed to the Nile Africans. Now let's talk about Tantra and sexual energy. Tantra is an ancient practice that acknowledges the sacredness of sexuality. It's all about harnessing sexual energy to reach higher states of consciousness. This practice is remembered by the Hindus from her form as Devi. Tantra teaches us that sexual energy is a powerful force for spiritual awakening and transformation. It's not just about physical pleasure, it's about merging with the divine. In tantric rites, sexual union is a key component. Partners come together in a sacred sexual union, not just to connect physically, but to merge their energies and elevate their consciousness. They engage in rituals and practices that honor the divine within each other, recognizing that sexual energy is a path to enlightenment. Imagine a tantric ritual where two partners sit facing each other, their breaths synchronized, their gazes locked. They chant mantras together, feeling the vibrations resonate through their bodies, awakening their chakras. As they move through the ritual, they engage in sexual union, their energies merging, and they experience a profound connection that transcends the physical realm. This is the essence of sacred sexuality, a deep spiritual union that honors the divine within us. These practices were revered because they recognized the power of sexual energy to heal, transform, and elevate our consciousness. But again, patriarchal systems sought to suppress these teachings, fearing the power and freedom that came with them. But let's not forget, these teachings and practices are making a comeback. People are reclaiming the wisdom of the divine feminine and the sacredness of sexuality. We're rediscovering the power of Tantra and other ancient practices to connect deeply with ourselves and others, to heal and to transform. So remember, your sexual energy is sacred. It's a powerful force for healing and transformation. Embrace it, honor it, and let it guide you on your spiritual journey. Segment 5, integrating the knowledge. So how do we integrate all this knowledge into our daily lives? First, embrace the wisdom of Isis. Understand that we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, and they're both essential. Celebrate the fluidity of your identity and the diversity of expression. Practice self-love and sacred sexuality. This isn't just about sex, it's about connecting deeply with yourself and others. Engage in practices that balance your inner energies. Meditate, journal, dance, whatever helps you connect with your inner self. Recognize and honor the cycles of creation, preservation, and destruction in your life. Each phase is essential and offers its own wisdom and gifts. By embracing these cycles, you can live a more balanced and fulfilling life. To wrap up, remember that your journey is sacred. You're not alone. We're all in this together, rediscovering and reclaiming the wisdom that's been suppressed for too long. Thanks for tuning in to Ancient Wisdom Unveiled. Reflect on these topics, explore further, and share your thoughts with me. Until next time, keep seeking the truth and honoring the divine within you.